Hey guys, thanks for tuning in on the Narrow Path again. I haven't been in for a little while because, well, I don't know, just reminiscing on, I guess, those last videos there in Werribee, Foots, and all the stuff we used to get up to is just like a big download in my brain about things that happened and things I forgot. It's pretty full on, I guess. And also, I just recently had a guinal hernia operation done, which I was waiting for. Anyway, going back to kind of where we left things off. Actually, before I do that, there was a couple of things I didn't include in earlier videos, which I think is important. One, when I was about 6, I was diagnosed ADHD. On medication, Ritalin, every day. Until I was about 11, 12 years old, when my first stepdad left, Ray, and then my mum started hitting the plonk real hard, and I was just cut off the meds, you know. She just stopped picking them up or whatever. I stopped taking them. I don't know whose bright idea that was to get on them anyway in the first place. I think it was a pretty bad idea. Look, I do understand I was a bit of a full-on energetic kid, you know, but well, them's were the breaks really. So it was at that time actually when my first stepdad left. My mum started bringing my dad back into my life. I hadn't seen him much. Well, I hadn't seen him at all since really that incident in Richmond. He dropped me off at the flats there when I was about 5, 6. And I didn't even give him a thought, you know, like it didn't enter my mind. And obviously I didn't enter his. I didn't see him till after Ray left. My mum's a mess. She starts reaching out to him, and you know, I only seen him here and there, you know, like he promised me more times he'd come see me. I'll be waiting there at the lounge room window, waiting all day, all excited, waiting for him to come by, and he never showed up, you know. He wouldn't ring till the end of the night to say he's not coming. And when he did come, he'd take me to the shops, see me for an hour or something, buy me whatever I wanted, and that's it, you know. So it was more like a guilt trip, I guess. Or maybe just to make him, probably doesn't feel guilty at all, just making himself feel better, like he was contributing, being a dad, you know. I would have been better off, to be honest, if it was just never in my life. It was just like a tease dangling a carrot in front of me, you know, and it tortured me for years, you know. And now we're around 95. Me and Terry running amok around Victoria. One of the first crimes he showed me to do, I was already thieving by that time anyway, you know, just Myers, clothes, you know, tools and stuff for me mates. They all love Sid Chrome and all that stuff, car parts and that, whatever they ordered really. I was just thieving for them and taking a different group of mates, and I was earning the wages just for, you know, a few hours work, and I'm getting better wages than they are, you know. But one of the first things Terry taught me was this thing called twining. So we used to go to the shops. Actually, we started at Airport West. The first day he showed me this, we were on the tram line down Coburg Road. Started off at Airport West. Basically, you go in the shops, $100 note is the best one, you know, or 50 if you got it, whatever you got, you know, $10 if you got it, you know, you start from somewhere, scratch sometimes. But basically, with $50 note, you go in the shop, buy something for $1, you know, you put it in your left hand right in front of them, you keep eye contact with them, talking to them, spinning it, and right in front of them, dack the 20, you know, or the 50. Oh, sorry, you're giving me the wrong change. Oh, here you go, here's a 50, here's a 20, whatever it is. We've done that all the way down into North Melbourne. And by the end of it, it was night time, and I've got like, you know, 2 decent rolls of cash in my hand. I'm loving it, you know, that was it. We went around all Victoria doing that, you know. And back then, a point of gear was like 20, $25, you know, and this is the 90s, so around 2000 they had a big drought, you know, and after that the whole scene changed. I think back in the 90s there's like over 1,000 deaths a year, so it's pretty full on, you know. So that big community that used to be there, I noticed over the next, number of years was dwindling down really quick, A lot of people we knew died young, a lot of them dying young. It's a real shame. Another thing we used to do is go doctor shopping. We used to smash that out. We used to go get the Normosins, the Hypnos, stuff like that, and use them ourselves, Feel like we're Superman, but really you're off your guts like a puppet, walking around like, thinking you're grouse, like you're smashing it. Think you're unstoppable, like the same as basically if you wake up not in the cells, like it was a good night, and generally you'd wake up with cash, gold or blood over you, wouldn't even know what happened. As long as it wasn't in the cells, it was a good weekend, like I disappeared one time for 3 days. Can't even remember nothing. I remember as much as getting a train from Werribee. By the time I got to Flinders Street, I felt the normies kicking in, and I was like that gone, because we used to cocktail the Normicin with heroin, I remember the train driver coming in going, "You alright, mate? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm alright, mate. Yeah, I'm all good." And I'm like stumbling off the train. And then I remember bits. I remember going to Maya. I've stolen stuff from there. And then that's it. I don't remember what's happened for the next 3 days. I'm on my way back to Werribee now. It's like 4 days later. It's like Tuesday or something. And a couple of girls on the train, "Oh, do you remember us?" This and that, like, "How you going?" Blah, blah. "Oh, yeah, how you going?" I didn't have a clue who they were, like, I don't even remember what happened, whatever. And that's what it was like, that's what the 90s were like. Barely remember anything. So we used to do the doctor shopping a lot, basically stealing anything that wasn't nailed down, And it was just a cycle, but the drugs were different then. Like, you could have a big day on the gear, like, so basically we'd go on the Footscray, generally in the morning or afternoon, I guess, depends what the days before were like. But if it was first thing in the morning, we'd score and then keep making money and keep coming back all day, So if we left and came back 10 times a day, that's what we done, like. But then, if you had a big day like that, or a big couple of days, we'd come back to my sister's joint, smoke cones, pop a few benzos or whatever, basically sleep it off the next day. Maybe the day after that, feel a bit drained, a bit wrecked, just smoke cones, pop some pills. So basically it took 2-3 days till the itchy feet feeling started kicking in, like you start hanging out, getting itchy feet, the bones were creaking, and then we'd go off, And that was basically the most, I remember anyway, hanging out, just getting that itchy feet feeling, Not until like 99 is when I first proper hung out, So that was it for really a few years. We'd done that day in, day out. Terry ended up in jail a couple of times. I think he went to jail once for a few months, and he tried going to rehab as well. So I was on my own. I just kept running with it, I wasn't interested in stopping, it's my life now, But yeah, things really started to change in 98. So that's where I'll drop it for now. Anyway, peace. That's it for now.